Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Malaysia for those of you who do not know, and this is my YouTube channel dedicated to my business, Simple Clarity Co., where we look at all the behind the scenes or product development, or we just get into some fun stationery candle type of videos. So if that's something that you would like to see more of, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And today's video is actually about why this business was pretty much created. So if that is something you're interested in as well, go ahead and thumbs up the video and stay tuned for more information. So the whole purpose behind the business Simple Clarity Co. Let's talk about it. All right. It started over a year ago. So I've been running my business for a full year. I started June 2nd, 2019, which is actually my birthday. It was my 30th birthday. Yes, it was not intentional, but it happened to fall like that. So I was like, everything's ready. Why not launch on my 30th birthday? Like, bring my 30s in. Whoop, whoop. So it has been a business that has been running for over a year now. Today it is currently September 27th, I believe, 2020. And yeah, so the whole thought process behind the business is something that it touches home for me. I actually created the business based off of my life experiences, ups and downs. You guys, more downs than anything was the main focus behind this. I turned 23, and then 5 days later, I had my first child, and I was pretty much fresh out of college, working. I was at a call center at first, and then I got a very, very, very entry level, like right above the work studies, entry level job at a college. And it was great. I was fresh out of college. I was still around college adults, because technically we're adults in college. I was still around them, so I didn't feel like, oh, I'm old. Like, I still had that college vibe, and I had just gotten out of college, like, what, technically by that time that I had my son, it was a year, but I had just graduated in 2011 of May, and then I had my son in 2012 of June. So I still had like fresh college on me, right? Still live with my parents. My boyfriend at the time, who is now my husband, still lived with his parents, and we were kind of like thrown into parenting on our own doing, of course, but thrown into parenting like really quickly, and it took a toll on me, to say the least. Working, trying to figure out this whole being a mom thing, which, yes, it does come naturally. So I had my normal hormone fluctuation on top of my depression setting in. No one likes your name. No, like, it was just so much. And me being my first child, like, I normally don't care what someone thinks about me. I'm like, deuces, bye. I don't care. Like, go breathe somebody else's air. But I guess with everything going on and my hormones changing, it really hit me hard. And I was like, dang. So during that time when I was pregnant with him, I would write to him, and I actually still have the notebook. It's inside of my nightstand on my bottom drawer, and I have my notebook, and I would write, and I didn't know if it was a boy or a girl, so I called him Eminem because it was going to be Myera Mackenzie, and I would just write to Eminem all the time and legit just be honest, like, your dad got on my nerve today, like, it's in there. And so that was my journaling that I started. But anywho, I'm going through all that. I developed postpartum depression, which then led into just normal depression. It was about 3 years long. Yeah, about 3.5 years long. It was a good stretch, and but during that time in 2013, I started using a planner, and it was like, we struggling to pay rent, we're struggling to eat, we're struggling with this money, and all this, and it was just like that brought so much more stress on me, so much more sadness and depression in my life. Like, I can't get right. Like, how many adults, like, I can't get right, like, I can't do this, I'm failing. that's what it was. It was just like I kept feeling like I was failing, 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 failing. It was horrible. And so what I started to do is I was like, well, we got to knuckle down. You know, I had a great credit coming out of college. Thank you, Grandma. She helped me. She was paying for my school loans that she put in my name while I was going through college. So when I got out of college, Grandma had me some good credit. I love her. So thank you, Grandma, if you're watching this. But anywho, so I was like, I gotta do something. I have to try. Like I'm in depression already because I had postpartum, so I'm still in postpartum. My son isn't even 1 year old yet. He's like 6 months. And I was like, something's gotta give. Like I gotta get something right. Like I keep feeling like I can't do anything. Like when you're in depression, you literally feel like stuck. You don't want to move. Sometimes it actually hurts physically to move. So I told myself, you gotta do something. Like you have to do something. And at this point, I didn't even communicate this with Wes, my partner. I did not communicate this with him. It was just something I kept internally, and he saw a shift in my attitude, my demeanor, my whole vibe, my aura. But you don't really say anything. A lot of people don't really say anything to new moms. They're like, she's probably just stressed out. I don't want to make it worse. Blah blah blah. So with all that being said, eventually I was like, okay, I have to do something, and I started planning. And then I still was going through depression, but I was using my planner. I was like, okay, I know I only got $25 left after my paycheck, but at least the bills are paid. I put $100 aside for food. Like that's how skimp. But it was just Wes and I. I was nursing my son, trying my best to nurse my son. By this point, I was incorporating formula into my breast milk, and that also pushed me down because I was like, I'm failing as a mom. So much that we do to ourselves, then it's just like, stop. But you can't, you keep doing it. So yeah, I was doing that, and then all of a sudden, like I would be like, okay, now we have our own home. I'm using my planner. Yes, I have this much money left, but it's okay. So I got like $25 left. What am I gonna do? And then I always enjoyed going and smelling candles in Bath and Body Works, but I had never bought a candle. It was just cute. You know, you would go buy the soaps, the lotions, but I never got a candle. And I'm like 23 now, and I'm like, I never bought a candle. Let me buy a candle. So I go, and I say this to be honest, you know, it was Bath and Body Works, who, you know, they're like the connoisseur of candles. Everybody's heard of them, you know, and if you haven't heard of them, I don't know how that happened, but you know, kudos to you for being very unique. But so I started there, and I would go, and I had to wait for the sale, and I signed up for the emails so that I would use my coupons and get even more off during the sale because that's all I could afford, right? And I was like, you know what? I want to do this in my annual sale. That's what it was. And I had coupons, and I go and I get my 2 candles, and I'm just like, yes, like I'm completely an adult. Look at my home decor candles. Like, yes, right? And I think I actually have it. I might still have it on my personal YouTube channel. So if I do, I'll link the video down below of like me doing like a haul. Like it's cute, right? So I've always I that was like one thing, and then I was able to buy their candle holders, the 3-wick candle holders, you guys know. And I'm literally looking at them. I still have them to this day. I love them. They were snowflake glitter, and it was for Christmas, around Christmas time. So I was like, it's perfect, it's setting the mood. But that made me so happy out of nowhere. Like I was legit, like when my friends would come over, I'd be like, look at my new candles, look at my new candle holders, like look at them. I was so excited. Yes, I'm still in depression, but that was like such, like I got excited and got chills just now thinking about it. Like that was so much fun that like I was able to do that, right? Just oddly enough, that was it. And I still have my planner, and I still be doing my planner. I wasn't decorating it. I was just legit writing, pen and paper. That just went on for a couple years. I finally voiced my depression to my partner, and I was just like this is bad. And once I did that, the biggest weight was lifted. The biggest weight was lifted. So at this point, you guys are learning. It started off with journaling. It went into planning. It went into just being able to do candles and make my house look a little bit happier, right? With the smell of a candle and how beautiful it's lit. And then it went into communication. So that I kept going with every single one of them. Journaling wasn't so much, but I think because I was more vocal with Wes, I didn't have to write it down as much. I was able to communicate now, you know. But I still had my journal. I still have I oh gosh, I have too many now that I think about it. But I started using them to write stories. So like I love writing short stories. I love writing poems. So that's what my journal became. It became a release to do it that way instead of just like dear diaries. You know what I mean? So I did that. I'm doing that still. But my friends, years down the road now, my son's probably about five, 5 or 4. My friends were like, Melissa, you got it together. You you have everything together, like, and some people still think I have it together, and it's so funny. And my cousin just said it to me, and I was like, I don't have it together. No, I know how to organize my chaos. I know what chaos is coming, so you can plan for it. You know it's still gonna come. You know that chaotic day that you're gonna have XYZ WTP alphabet all mixed up, and you got so many other things to do too. And it's just like, I know it's coming, and I prepared myself as best as I could, and I prioritized, you know, what is most important, what can get pushed off. I learned to do that because I saw myself being happier every time I had control of what is going on, control of my budgeting, control of where my money was going, control of making, you know, my priorities essentially. So, and I was like, no, guys, I don't have it. But I was like, you know, I just, now this time we're fast forwarding a lot. I had my daughter, 2018. Yes, I had my daughter in 2018. And after I had her, I was at my job, and I just didn't want it anymore. I have a whole new job at this point, and I am 4 years in. I'm 4 years in and already have obtained my master's degree, gotten married. So much has happened. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to do this job anymore. You know, no, I don't. And I said, so what do you want to do? And I was like, and once again, a friend of mine was just like, you got it together. I was like, I don't have it together, but why don't I show people? And I was like, I'm just gonna start a business incorporating everything that I've used that helped bring clarity to my life. So that is how the business was born. Now, getting into the products of the business. The first product we started off with were these 5 notebooks. I called them journals in the beginning because I really wanted people to learn about journaling, right? To understand the power of journaling. And either you get it or you don't. I call them notebooks now because they are just notebooks. They're blank. But there's 5 different sayings on them. This one says clear the air. They're all focused on moving away from everybody and what they say and what they do, and just being in yourself in your moment. So they all have a message on them to help you remember that. This one says clear the air. This one, express yourself. This one, get lost in creativity. This one, get away. This one is a saying that I literally just thought of on the spot, which is to strive for the best possible you. Don't be afraid to go after all your dreams. And I remembered that off rip. What's up? Next, I don't have the original 2 because they're sold, they're gone. But I started doing seasonal candles, and I've only done seasonal candles thus far. So right now we're in the autumn fall season. This was the best seller last year. So last year was my first time making candles. And this is actually here now, Sweet Bourbon. It came back, and it is in the 13 ounce and the 7.5 ounce. It's on the website. But we have candles. These are handmade in this house, in this seat that you see me sitting in. So then we go into planners. So with my planners, blue and purple, and they are a simple lifestyle planner. This was before I got the font together, so I mean, it's all right. The font isn't the worst at all, but it's a simple lifestyle planner, and I made this to touch base on everything that I wanted to see when I first started planning. Like, I didn't want to get overwhelmed and read pages and pages of goals. Like, I just needed a planner to just get my life together. I will link below the video where I go through this whole planner, but it pretty much just, I literally created this for that. And we touch on everything. You touch on budgeting, you touch on gratitude, you touch on savings, you touch on debt payoff, just like one page of touching on this stuff. And it's just like, man, I added these two covers, and then on the back it has the hashtag for them, which is Black Lives Matter, and this one says equality. If the lighting would stop washing it out, there it goes, with our little emblem. At 3 in the morning in February, right before the whole shebang has happened in 2020, I realized I actually manifested this business. It came to fruition because all through my 20s I kept saying I'm gonna have my own business when I'm 30, and it was not intentional, and I didn't know, but I was set up to do it, which is crazy. So I was like, I manifested this. I just wanted to make a beautiful manifestation journal, and so that's what I did. I handmade this journal, and the only thing with hand making it is it becomes a lot more costly. And the price on the website for just this journal does not even reflect a huge profit at all for my business. But at this point, I was like, I want to get this in people's hands because I manifested my business. I manifested being able to have the money to pay for this journal. The manifestation journal is more in mind for like a desk journal or bedside journal. You don't really carry it around with you. You know, you manifest in one spot where you can create the vibration that you would like around you. So I have this is big for that purpose, and it gives you room to fully indulge in all the aspects of manifesting. Now, the smaller journal, and let me show you the size difference. One is an A4 and one is a, Lord, are you A5? A5. No. Can't be A5. That's way too small. I have to find the exact for this. It's on the website. But this is the mindset journal. So it's a little bit smaller. I figured I did a big one. This one is something that you document daily tasks and so on. So you can take this with you. So I wanted to make this compact enough that, that you can stick it in a purse, a medium size or large purse. I don't know about a small one, but a medium to large. You can stick it in your crossover bag. Men that carry their laptop bags, you can stick it in there. This is just helping with daily motivation. It's a self-reflection. It's a mindset stimulation. It helps you think, to realize, to prioritize, and it's just an awesome journal. So I'm excited for more to come. More is definitely coming in this same aspect, but just more. So I'm excited for you guys to see that. I am a chit chatter, so I'll try to edit it down as much as I can. But if you did enjoy this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up. And if who I am, why I started it, the purpose of this whole business, and more to come of behind the scenes and product creations, it's something that you really are interested in figuring out, or not figuring out, but seeing, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Like I said, I hope you did enjoy it, and yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye.